Okay, sir. So, good afternoon, everyone. Today, we have with us our guest of honor, Chief of the Army Staff, General Manoj Mukund Naravane, sir. Director, sir, Professor Manoj K. Tiwari, sir. Dean Student Affairs, Dr. Hema Date, ma'am. Honorable faculty members, officers, staff of NITIE, and student participants. It is with much pride and elation that I welcome you all to the NITIE Prerana Leadership Talk, a platform where we invite eminent personalities with rich life stories to inspire the next generation of business leaders and prepare them for the challenges ahead. This year, we feel immensely fortunate to have with us General Naravane, sir, the person bearing the responsibility of taking key decisions at the helm of the Indian Army, one of the largest military organizations in the world. During his illustrious career, he has been awarded the Param Vishishta Seva Medal, Ati Vishishta Seva Medal, Sena Medal, and Vishishta Seva Medal for his distinguished service. Hailing from Pune, Maharashtra, and alumnus of the National Defence Academy and the Indian Military Academy, General Naravane sir has reached the highest rank of the Indian Army over an illustrious career of 41 years, gaining countless recognitions and honors along the way. General Naravane sir was commissioned into the 7th Battalion of the Sikh Light Infantry in June 1980. He has commanded the 2nd Battalion of Rashtriya Rifles in Jammu and Kashmir. He was also the Inspector General for Assam Rifles in Kohima. Over the years, he has amassed a wealth of diverse experience in leading teams through complex and volatile situations. Sir, it is truly an honor to host you on the NITIE platform. NITIE, the National Institute of Industrial Engineering, was established in 1963 with the aim to generate solutions to the problem of an exponentially increasing industrial order and to upskill the next generation of techno managers. I now would request our respected director, Professor Manoj K. Tiwari, to welcome a guest of honor.
Sir, it's my proud privilege and we all feel immense pleasure to see you and have you at our platforms at the National Institute of Industrial Engineering, Mumbai. Sir, you will be happy to know that we all are having immense respect and we wish to place our highest honor to the kind of services you have rendered to this great nation. And while going through your biography, sir, we all feel that how safe the entire country is under your leadership, which is being threatened by many of the enemy forces, but the kind of environment, strategy, and preparedness you have shown, for that we all are immensely grateful to you. Sir, you will be happy to know that NITIE is an institution where most of the analytics related analysis, such as operations research, which was born out of US military, also sir, simulation models, many of the machine learning data science tools, and all the logistics operations which are part of many of the military services, including the what you call items which are being sent to the different locations, planning of the warehouses, planning of the locations and other destinations of the sorties, and all the repair maintenance kind of operations. So somehow, sir, the kind of models that are needed, most of the things we covered to our students, and they are blessed with that kind of knowledge and they apply it to the different sectors in our economy. And also, sir, we are fortunate enough that now we are running to a second batch of the DGMR courses here, which we are training to the Army and Air Force and Navy personals. And you will be very happy to know that, sir, currently the Naval Dock Chief of Mumbai is also our illustrious alumni. So we all are happy to see the kind of valor and great services you have rendered. And that for that, we don't have words to express. And you are at our platform, sir, and we wish to mention that any time, sir, any services of NITIE is required at your disposal. Yeah. So with this note, once again, with folded hand and with all our respect at our, we don't have words actually, so that is why I deal with the most of the analysis. So here, with that words which can come from our spirit, we wish to express our utmost respect to you And thank you, sir, for coming to NITIE platform. We are blessed to have you here, sir. Namaskar.
Thank you.
So, with further ado, I request our honorable guest to please address the audience.
Professor Manoj Kumar Tiwari, Director of the National Institute of Industrial Engineering, Ms. Hema Date, Dean of Student Affairs, the Organizing Committee of the Prerana Group, faculty and dear students. Jai Hind and a very good morning to you all. At the outset, I would wish to thank the Director and his team for inviting me to address the future generation of India's corporate leaders and managers. It is indeed a pleasure to be speaking to all of you. This institute has blossomed over the years, and the national rankings will reflect the collective hard work of the management, faculty, alumni, and students. It is one of our premier national institutes, and only the very hard-working and bright students get an opportunity to join here. So students, please accept my heartfelt congratulations for the hard work and past accomplishments that have enabled you to be part of this illustrious legacy. I also extend my warm greetings and compliments to the students from other distinguished institutes who are logged in on various platforms. At the outset, I must confess that an invitation to a soldier to speak on leadership is simply too good to resist. Yet the expectations are usually of a few stories of bravado, personal example, physical courage in the face of adversity, and the inevitable identification of traits which are recommended to be followed to become an effective leader. So I'm conscious of this, and therefore I will try to do something more and go beyond the expected. I joined the National Defence Academy in 1976 and donned the uniform, the army uniform, as a young second lieutenant in 1980, more than 4 decades ago. In fact, the National Defence Academy is called the cradle of leadership to emphasize its foremost charter, leadership. The spirit of nation first, always and every time, is imbued in every officer and soldier and lies at the heart of all that we do. As I address the future leadership that shall drive our great nation to the next level, I would like to focus my talk on this very important facet of character that should form the core of your leadership ethos. We are one of the youngest nations globally. More than 2/3 of our population is below the age of 35 years. All of you here represent an important component of this most precious national asset. But your future and the future of India will become great only if all of you display honesty of purpose in whatever you do. The youth of this nation needs to participate actively in national affairs. No matter what your respective field of expertise, I am of the opinion that each one of you holds the potential to change lives of many of your fellow countrymen. And therefore, you must take on at least one social cause as a responsible citizen. Your active engagement will be the single most important factor in India's continued success. India is a great nation with strong bonds amongst our people. Our bonds have been forged over thousands of years and stem from our common cultural heritage. Our democratic values too have deep roots and remain our greatest strength. The equality of each citizen, irrespective of caste, creed, religion, or gender, is enshrined in our constitution. And no matter what field you pursue in the future, all of you must put the interest of India above everything else. This is the central theme of my message to you. No nation can prosper without the perseverance, belief, hard work, and sacrifice of its people. Today's India is markedly different from the India of my childhood. We had few choices as far as career options went. It was either a doctor, engineer, lawyer, or the armed forces. Today, the career opportunities are endless. Today's India is marked not only by near instant connectivity and increasing economic activity, but higher standards of education and innovation, social growth, greater gender equality, urbanization, and infusion of technology. All these bring wonderful opportunities and challenges. I would like to reiterate that each one of you will play an important role in driving India's growth to greater heights. Irrespective of the specializations that you pursue, the youth of our country hold the power to transform India from a developing to a developed nation. But like I keep saying, this will not happen on its own. We will need to participate in the process of nation building wholeheartedly. We must keep our eyes and ears open to the events around us. We are capable of differentiating between right and wrong. We must not allow the wrongs to go unnoticed and the rights unrewarded. The answer must come from within us. We should stop complaining about our surroundings or circumstances. Rather, we should take the lead as problem solvers. Remember, only the weak complain. Strength lies in being able to solve complex problems which are being faced by our country. In order to boost growth and to create equal opportunities for all our citizens, each one of you would need to abide by the very basic value system, which includes honesty, equality, justice, hard work, mutual respect, and cooperation. If each one of you pursues your respective fields with passion, there is no force in the world which can stop India from achieving its rightful place in the Committee of Nations. In order to succeed, your mind must nudge you to do well relentlessly. You must want to excel. You must wish to achieve. History is replete with examples of ordinary men and women achieving extraordinary feats. Such people had one thing in common: perseverance. Some of you may have heard the story of Honorary Captain Bana Singh, the recipient of the Paramveer Chakra. He was a diminutive man of average build, but on the icy heights of the Siachen Glacier, where temperatures are sub-zero and oxygen is less, he led his men to capture a very difficult enemy post on top of a steep cliff in the face of blazing enemy fire. I will classify that as a superhuman effort. If you wish to achieve extraordinary things in any sphere, what you need is immense determination and the will to push through. No teacher or parent in the world can drill this in you. It has to come from within. You must self-motivate. And most importantly, as you stride ahead, be ready to encounter challenges and even some failures. When the Olympics were first organized at Athens in Greece, the winner was rewarded with a crown of neatly woven olive leaves. After some time, the leaves dried and the crown lost its sheen, not fit enough to adorn a winner. Therefore, winners worked hard year after year to regain that crown. Those who were motivated enough to persevere and continue with their mission of becoming achievers were successful. Those who lost that motivation to win dropped out of the race. So you must persevere with your belief and be ready to sacrifice, as success is never permanent. Yet in this story, there is another message for all of us, and that is that because success is not permanent, there is always a second chance to succeed. So never be disappointed by failures. In fact, failure in itself must become a source of motivation to succeed. History is replete with examples of the vanquished overcoming an earlier victorious force in the long term. It is all about motivation. Failure should not deter or disappoint. Believe in yourselves and keep going. Another issue I would like to draw your attention to is your ability to lead from the front. I say this because our nation nation needs more inspired leadership in all fields. Before we venture further, I must differentiate between leadership and management, because most of us often tend to confuse between these two terms. I believe management is about coping with complexity. Good management brings order to what otherwise would be chaos. Leadership, by contrast, is about coping with change, including that brought about due to complexities. Management remains important for day-to-day success of any organization and focuses on such issues as planning and budgeting, organizing and staffing, as also controlling and problem solving. By contrast, leadership begins with setting the compass in the right direction and aligning people as well as motivating them to achieve success despite challenges or in the face of challenges. The military, we must say that leaders at all levels must possess the quintessential qualities of leadership, the 5 C's: character, courage, competence, commitment, and compassion. Only their focus and style has to change according to the level at which they operate. This is true and applicable to all of us in all fields. Remember that it's much easier to follow than to lead and be counted for your actions. And also remember that a leader's action is guided by the highest standards of integrity as enshrined in the Chetwood motto at the Indian Military Academy and which guides the Indian Army. And it goes, the safety, honor, and welfare of your country come first, always, and every time. The honor, welfare, and comfort of the men you command comes next. Your own ease, comfort, and safety come last, always, and every time. To that extent, the general degeneration of moral and ethical values in society is a cause of concern. An era when the world is shrinking, news is instantaneous, and smartphone-based applications have become the norm. We should never forget that Chetwood motto, that the nation always comes first. I have mentioned sacrifice earlier in my talk. I believe that success cannot be achieved without sacrifice. There is no instant gratification. You need to sacrifice something you like in order to achieve what you desire. Stay true to your profession and stay motivated to succeed. The last words of a 24-year-old leader to his men before capturing the final bunker on Khalubar top during the Kargil war would sum up what I mean by sacrifice and motivation. In Gorkhali, he ordered his troops, "Na chodno," which translates as "don't spare them," "Sodunaka." And with those last words, made the ultimate sacrifice in accomplishing the task. That was Captain Manoj Kumar Pandey, who was posthumously awarded the highest military honor of the Param Veer Chakra. Loyalty is another core ingredient of sound leadership. Be loyal to the organization you serve. If you feel your organization expects you to do something you're not comfortable with, then choose the harder right over the easier wrong. You will feel uncomfortable for some time, but ultimately you will earn your own respect and that of your organization as well as your subordinates. Going ahead, our work ethic is also a reflection of the values that we pride in upholding, the moral and ethical framework that guides our actions. It starts from small things like answering a missed call, acknowledging a gift or a card that you have received from someone, and goes on to larger issues like delivering on promises. All these are important elements of sound work ethics. In fact, it is better to under-promise and over-deliver rather than promising the moon, stirring up expectations, and then falling short on delivery. Punctuality in delivery reinforces reliability, which is a must to foster long-term relationships. So remember, not only must you start on time, but also finish on time. I think I cannot afford not to talk about social media. Today, we are connected through electronic devices. This instant connectivity affords us tremendous advantages. It helps transcend boundaries and facilitates information sharing between countries and people. Stories and narratives on the social media can influence and persuade people. We have seen social media being used gainfully, whether it is during calamities or even in the ongoing conflict when Indian students trapped in Ukraine have reached out for help. So you see, technology is neutral. How we use it makes it good or bad. Social media is one such gift of technology. It is a powerful tool. It should be utilized with care. If such resources are used for the purpose of promoting harmony, peace, and national integration, then they add muscle to our nation. However, the converse is also true. We have seen several anti-national organizations misusing this space. Equally, there are people who like to spread fake news and indulge in widespread rumor mongering. In the impressions you receive or those that you spread leave a lasting imprint on the hearts and minds of society, I would urge all of you to use social media responsibly. By thoughtlessly forwarding spurious, anti-national or hate messages, you willy-nilly become part of the malicious campaign. Each one of you is part of Team India, and therefore you need to play your part with responsibility. And last but not the least, let me talk to you about security. The security and well-being of our nation, of which all of you are an inalienable part. National security is not just about maintaining the territorial integrity of our borders. Security is a much wider and broader concept and includes all organs of the state. Wars, as they say, are not fought between militaries. Wars are waged between nations. The visuals from the ongoing Russia-Ukraine conflict yet again remind us that wars remain a whole of nation effort. While it is true that every nation has its friends and partners, however, it is equally true that every nation has to build its own capabilities to face its challenges. The nation's security cannot be outsourced. All of you shall be contributing towards building national capacities and capabilities. The Indian Army in particular will be looking at the corporate sector and the industry for indigenous solutions to fight modern wars. I have no doubt that you shall all live up to our expectations. In my talk today, I have tried to highlight the role and responsibilities of leaders towards the nation. The basic tenets of leadership in all walks of life are interrelated and are as relevant to the corporate world as they are to the defense forces. What we need is strong leaders, men and women of sterling character, high moral values, and radiant personalities. Our civilizational values like love for the motherland, performance of duty or dharma, pluralism, respect for others, and truth and honesty cannot be placed or sacrificed on the altar of short-term gains. Swami Vivekananda had said, and I quote, "Educate and raise the masses, and thus alone a nation is possible." Unquote. India's destiny demands that we evolve a leadership that reaches out to the masses across the country to bring about inclusive growth. In that direction, you all have a major role to play. While you toil hard, you must also enjoy this academic phase in your life. This time would not come back. Think big, aim high, and you will achieve what you aim for. Hard work will get you where you wish to go. And it is God, but luck favors those who work hard and apply themselves. As they say, the wind and the waves are always on the side of the best navigators. Therefore, make the best of the 24 hours in each day. Time will not stretch and wasted time will not come back. Fill the unforgiving minute with 60 seconds of distance run. You will have delivered on your promise of being a responsible citizen of our country. My best wishes to you all. May success and happiness be your constant companions in all your future endeavors. Thank you and Jai Hind.
Thank you, sir, for your insightful and inspiring address. It was wonderful and an enriching experience listening to you. Specifically, we resonate with the words you mentioned that for a country, sacrifice, hard work, self belief, and perseverance is very much important. Even there are things where the wrongdoings should not go unnoticed and the right things shouldn't be unrewarded. This is one of the important points as managers we can definitely take on. The second part, sir, students of NITIE definitely ensure that from tomorrow we take an opportunity to be part of any social cause which we can contribute to the society and bring a better tomorrow. Definitely, the youth are the future, and we definitely want to. So, with this, I request our respected Dean Student Affairs, Mahdat, to share her thoughts.
Honorable Chief Guest, General Naravane sir, respected Director sir, Professor Manoj Kumar, Deans, my faculty colleague, staff, officers, and my dear students. It was indeed inspiring and motivating speech, and I'm sure all the students whosoever has listened has picked up lot many guidance and the motivating things and what should be the means the plannings in future for the social, as far as the social concerns are there, as far as the management role or leadership roles are there, or the social networking usage is there. It was indeed great speech. On behalf of NITIE Mumbai, I would like to express my gratitude to General Naravane sir for attending today's session. It was very enriching to hear from you today, sir, and we are indeed honored to have you on our platform. Thank you for accepting our invitation and sparing your precious time to meet us today and address us with your knowledge. It is a great pleasure for all of us to get insights and advice from you. We are all proud to see you at NITIE. I'm sure the students were able to learn a lot from vast experience as a leader. Specifically, you have highlighted about the social engagements or their contribution to the society and nation, and how the student should be a problem solver. They should not keep cribbing. They should be leading the solutions and they should be the problem solver. And they should be really respecting the value system and they have to abide by this value system. And these are all a very important message which will definitely help them to be successful leaders in their life. I would like to mention that NITIE has emerged as one of the leading institute for management education. NITIE has been acknowledged as a center of excellence by Ministry of Education as well as declared as an institute of national importance. As a combined initiative by Directorate General Resettlement, Ministry of Defense and NITIE, a specially crafted 6-month Defense General Management Program was launched on 18th October 2021. Military officers who have set examples of showing the highest standards of discipline, competence, and services to the country will be trained in this techno-managerial skills to deliver visionary corporate leaders. We are proud to work with such a self-driven and motivated group of people who have worked in a very diverse and challenging environments. I'm really thankful to you, sir. There are no words to express, and it was such a great learning. In such a small time, you have expressed the truth of life and the truth of leadership. Salute to you, sir. I'm really grateful for all this wonderful speech. Thank you. Thanks a lot. And I'm sure all the students are also having got great learning because of this wonderful lesson. Thank you, sir. Thanks a lot. Over to you, student coordinator.
Thank you, everyone, and best of luck.
Thank you, sir. Just to end with, so on the behalf of the entire NITIE fraternity, I again would like to thank General Naravane sir for sparing his valuable time and to address our students and faculty. We hope that we'll continue to grace with your presence at NITIE for future events and give us a chance to host you once again in person. So now, with your request, I would request all the faculty members, director, sir, and every person to switch on their camera for a photograph. Okay. Thank you. The photograph is taken.
Thank you. All the best.
Thank you, sir. So we'll now close the session, sir, with your permission.